And then, of course, because I'm doing it in ink, this is the thing about drawing in ink, folks. I love it. Some people hate it, but I love it. I used to hate it when I was young, but then I got better and better with practice. And the idea was to keep practicing to get better so that I think that the phrase was, I asked Otaku Klo, that Bob Ross had said, is that there are only um, little, there are no such things as mistakes, or there's such a thing as beautiful mistakes. I'm not sure how that phrase. I've got to remember that quote. Somebody quote Bob Ross in the comments, please, because I can't seem to hold on to it in my head. But needless to say, here on this ink, I just, oops, sorry about the reflection there. Let me get a close up. There we go. That's better. This is an extra line. It's an excess line. Like right here, I'm just going to put this arrow. Wing. So that was an unnecessary line, but it's part of the whole gambit. And then here I was doing the shoulder. Of course, this is the throwbacks, old school style uh, windbreaker slash hoodie. And there, of course, there's a line, piercing it, and it should be invisible. I could come in with a whiteout pen and white that out, but then what's the point of that? I actually like doing these quick in the moment. I call these are just bootstrapped. Hold on a second, I'm doing the details here. Bootstrapped sketches, down quick and dirty, like I do some of my unboxings of graded comics and raw comics. There's no need, in my mind anyway, to go over it. And let me see if we get out of pocket here, I guess. And maybe I'll put a logo here, or a sigil, and I'll come up with like some, sort of a non-existing but seeming like it's real, letter of a big company, or like John Deere or something like that. And then we can just, yeah, I'll put JR there. And then let me see if I can back up a little bit. No, the glare is going to be on the. No, I can't twist the phone, folks, because there's private information there. So I'm using the phone as a brace to hold a post-it note back. Um, Here, of course, we could actually go into a background. Usually, I like to do. People will be surprised because a lot of my artwork includes cityscapes and scenes like that. I could actually do. Let me see what comes out of. Let's try something here. Let's see what we could do. Right in the moment as we're speaking, let just the mind flow. Let the spirit free, so to speak, the artistic spirit. I don't know. I just go with whatever I feel at the time. Okay. And then let me see if I got. Again, it's not a painting. It's not supposed to be, and it is. Let me see if I can pull back a little bit. Oh, well, that's right. I've got control of it. Here we go. All right, there we go. All right, I'm trying the close-ups on this camera, the mechanism for it, anyways, and just do a kind of a bushy tree, some bushes here, and then we don't want to get too close to the back of his head. We're going to create a little context of a background and maybe a little walkway here. That's a pathway, and we're going to put a little grass. I know it's a miniature. I could give you a closer view. Let me do that when this is almost done. All right. And then again, this is a quick and dirty sketch out in the wild. Actually, you could even put a pond here if you wanted to. I could put it, I can't, I don't have full control to hold the post-it pad completely still, so I'm not going to go ahead and attempt to do any straight lines. I'm going to keep this all in cursive lines. So I'm going to do, a big sort of mountainscape here. And then, okay, I've got an idea. There we go. There we go. We needed a path down from the mountain. All right, folks. This is what's beautiful about this pen. The ink flows so well that I can just barely use the tip of it and just do this, okay? And then, of course, I can create a series of trees by just using the sharp point of the pen. And then here we go. Okay, hold on a second. I keep getting notifications on here, which is annoying when I'm trying to do this for y'all. And then, of course, kind of like a sitting Uh, Here we go. One of the one of my favorite things to do when it comes to art is like I like to know the makeup of things. I think I've said in a previous video, if you haven't watched it, hopefully you will, or I don't know if it'll be up by the time this one's up, but I just recently filmed it, and in it I was doing a tutorial and overview. It was my very first one. It was really bad, but hopefully y'all will forgive me about that and just allow me to grow as I go here, because I have to control everything: the camera view, do the artwork, plan everything, and stage the lighting as well. So it was a lot more work than I thought it would be, but it was a whole lot more fulfilling than I ever hoped or imagined it would be. Um, so, like I said, I've done comic book work. I draw fantasy as well. I've done commissions. I've done um, portraits. I think people ask me about that all the time. They used to, anyways. Nowadays, it's not as many people asking for portraits. I've done portraits of couples, realistic or more sort of like cartoon leaning. There's one type of art I'm not. I think I'm really